Hi everyone, it's Catherine here from Chaos Creates. Thanks for joining me on my channel today. I am sharing with you a layout for Confessions of a Paper Addict, and I am using a new release cut file. This time I'm using the Stitched Celebrate cut file because I'm documenting my partner Ray's birthday. So I have stitched this Celebrate cut file using a chain link stitch and some ombre thread, and I think it turned out awesome. Like, I'm really happy with how it turned out, and I've trimmed that down to about 10 inches by 10 inches. So as you can see, I'm just roughing up the edges of that white paper. I do that so that it's not a clear, crisp edge, and so it doesn't matter if it's slightly not aligned, because I don't want to measure anything. I'm going to be using the Sunkissed collection by Cocoa Vanilla Studio. So I'm taking this sort of green and blue ombre paper, and I'm just tripping off the barcode there. I don't go ahead and gut the paper. I usually do, but with this stitch file, I did just want to make sure that it was stuck down to the page. And so I'm just trimming a little bit off the top there because it wasn't quite 12 by 12. So I'm going to lay it out something like this. I'm I'm really, yeah, as you can see, I've used some washi tape on the back there. And if you do want to know how to chain stitch, go ahead and check out one of the other videos. I'll have it linked in the description below, just so that you get an idea of how to do a chain link stitch. But it is one of my favorite stitches to do, and I really love how it turned out. It gives a lot of texture, and it really does just make that title pop. So I'm just sticking that down, and then I'm going to place the photo in this top right hand corner. I didn't want to take up or take over from too much of the title. I know the photo is the emphasis, but it really was about celebrating, and this was just a small little moment on Ray's big day. We'd been out for lunch, and this was actually taken at dinner. So we also went out for Mexican for dinner. So this is Ray enjoying a nice frozen kind of slushy alcoholic drink. I don't know what it's called, but certainly some sort of cocktail. And it was, yeah, it was a great way to finish off the day. And so I'm just going ahead and I'm going to embellish this layout. Now, I wasn't really sure. In my mind, I had an idea just to make a diagonal sort of embellishment clusters or two. That's sort of my go-to. I do enjoy a diagonal kind of flow of embellishments, but you'll see how it turns out in the end, and I really love how it turns out because I didn't want to take away from this stitch cut file. I was really conscious of, yeah, I guess not embellishing too much on top of that stitching. So I'm just going ahead and sorting through the ephemera. I have this collection stored in this, I think it's called a very useful box, and it's a really great sort of box to store things in. You can divide out your embellishments. So I've sort of got them in some words, some fussy cut florals, some florals, hearts, and then sort of the more, icon ephemera. And so I'm picking out these two fussy cut florals, and then I'm adding on some words there. They're all quite happy, and I think this collection was good to be able to celebrate. The cup, and the reason I chose these sort of blue colors was really around, and especially that sort of ombre thread. Ray's glass has a blue rim. It's probably hard to make out in the video, but it has a blue rim, so I kind of pulled out from that. So I'm adding that. Now I've decided that I'll add 4 embellishment clusters around the page, so to each corner. And so I've added drinks to each of those, or 3 of those. I'm trying to work out what I add there in that top right hand corner because I felt like that glass there was a little too large. So now I'm just going to go ahead and use the clear stickers actually, and put it on some white cardstock and then fussy cut it. So I don't make you watch all of this, but I do fussy cut it there and then add it to that top cluster instead of the die cut ephemera. So in this cluster, I've got sunny smiles. Then down below is feeling fine. The other cluster says happy days, and the top left-hand corner says cheers on that banner. So I'm just looking through to see what else I can add. And while I'm doing that, I will let you know that I have left links below to this cut file, so you will be able to check it out on the Etsy store. And I have also linked to the Confessions of a Paper Addict Facebook group. There you will find a fabulous free cut file, which I've already used this month, the star, I think it's called the star frame cut file. And so that's awesome. And I am really loving these cut files this month. It's been a really hard choice to work out what to use. Now, I have gone ahead off camera and just stuck everything down. I haven't really popped anything up because I thought there was enough dimension in the stitching. And I'm adding some of these sort of flare buttons. I guess they're wooden flare buttons to each of the clusters as well. And then I am going through and adding 2 puffy hearts to each of the clusters as well. And I'm nearly done with my layout. So obviously the stitching did take a little bit to do. I probably stitched that on and off over a week. It certainly didn't take me a week to stitch, but I sort of would do a little bit here and there, just sitting watching TV. So it did take a while, but the layout honestly came together. I really haven't cut that much out of this video. The layout came together really quickly because I had such a big title and I'd spent all that time, stitching it, so I didn't want to cover up too much. But I really love how the embellishment clusters worked out. So I am just going to go ahead here and add some gold splatters, and then I'll come in with some Nuvo drops, and that's in a gold as well, just to add so that there's 3 little sprinklings, the 2 hearts plus the Nuvo drop, and that will be it for my layout. So I hope you enjoyed that. I really love how this layout came together. If you did like it, please give me a thumbs up, and I'd love you to subscribe to my channel, and I'll leave you with some close-ups in the end. Thank you. Bye.